Hi everyone, I'm here to help you with 10D. So again, when it says stationary points, that means the first derivative is equal to 0. Okay, so for 10D, we have e to the power of sine x. Now we're going to take the derivative, and this is going to require chain rule. So we're going to do the derivative of the outside, which is e, leaving the inside the same, times the derivative of the inside, okay? And we're going to set this equal to 0, so either this equals to 0 or this equals to 0. And sine of x, e to some power never equals 0 because there's an asymptote at 0. So when does cosine equal to 0? And that would be up here and down here. 0, 1, 0, -1. So cosine is equal to 0 at pi halves and at 3 pi halves. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a sine diagram to classify these points. So I have pi halves and I have 3 pi halves. Okay, so a number before pi halves, I'm going to choose pi fourths. A number between pi halves and 3 pi halves, I'm going to choose pi. And a number after 3 pi halves, I'm going to choose 2 pi. Okay, let's see how that goes. Now, we're plugging this into the derivative, which is e sine of x times cosine of x. E sine of x is going to look like this. So e sine of x is always going to be positive. And then let's remember cosine. So we have plus plus, minus plus, minus plus, plus plus. We probably shouldn't choose pi. Oh, no, we can choose pi. Never mind, because over here we have the point -1, 0. Okay, so at pi fourths, we're going to have a positive times a positive, which is a positive. That's at pi fourths. At pi, over here, we're going to have e to the power of sine x is always positive, and then cosine at that part is negative. But then at 2 pi over here, we have 1, 0. So we have positive. Oops, I wrote that as a positive, it's a negative. So this is going increasing to decreasing, so that's a maximum. And this is going decreasing to increasing, so that's a minimum. So now we have to give the y values. So f of pi halves is e to the power of sine of pi halves. Sine of pi halves is 1, so that's e to the power of 1, or just e. So at pi halves, e, we have a maximum. And then if we plug in 3 pi halves, we have e to the power of sine of 3 pi halves. Sine of 3 pi halves is e to the -1, which is 1 over e. Okay? So basically, so we have 3 pi halves, 1 over e is a minimum. Okay. Now, remember that e is the number 2.718, ... and then 1 over that would be 0.368. Okay? So yeah, we would just graph that. Here we have pi half, pi, 3 pi half, 2 pi, and then it goes up to 3. Let's say 2. Oops. No. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have pi halves, e, and then we have 3 pi halves, 1 over e. And so it's going to go increasing, decrease, and then And if you wanted, you could find the endpoints if you wanted, but you don't have to. Okay, I hope that helps. Have a wonderful day.